Okay, let's start a section on Windows 8, and I'm going to go ahead and open up my Windows 8 virtual machine. This is your normal startup screen for Windows 8. You can see we have the time, we have the date, and we have the power options. Let's just go ahead and click on this box to open up our login screen. From here, I'm going to put in my password. Okay, what this little eye does, by the way, this eye actually allows you to peek at the actual password. I'll show it to you later on, which is kind of cool. It's a tool. Okay, the biggest difference with Windows 8 to other previous versions of Windows was that Windows 8 opens what's called the Metro View. The reason they do that is because Windows 8 was designed to be an operating system that could be given to both computers, tablets, and phones. Now, that being said, your desktop still is here, and you can actually arrow down to your desktop and hit enter. And as you can see here, the desktop looks very similar to what we saw in Windows 7. We have the desktop area, we have the recycle bin, we have our start menu, including the snipping tool, which I've unpinned for a moment. We have our notification area, including the on-site, the touch keyboard. The reason they have this is because remember that many Windows 8 machines are made as for tablets and for phones, so oftentimes there's not a physical keyboard attached. Okay, let's work on how to pin an application to your taskbar. So we want to pin the snipping tool, which I just unpinned a moment ago. So from the Metro screen, type in SNIP snip, and we're going to right-click on that snipping tool, and we're going to pin it to the taskbar. Okay, now we want to hit the Windows function key, and we should see go to the desktop, and now we should see that the taskbar, the snipping tool, is pinned to the taskbar. All right. Next part of the lesson. Let's go ahead and open up Windows Explorer and take a look at Windows Explorer. You'll see that it actually is a little bit different this time. You can see we have more of this looks more like a ribbon, like you would see in Office, as opposed to the way it was seen in Windows 7. If you click on the different tabs, you see different options. Go ahead and click on computer, and you'll see that we have under computer we have a couple other options that we didn't have before. For instance, we can open the control panel, which is actually a really nice function as opposed to searching for it. We can map network drives, and we can add a network location, as well as looking at properties. Okay, let's go to our documents real quickly, and we're going to go ahead and create a new folder. Let's go ahead and delete this folder first. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create the Windows 8. So create a new folder. We're going to call it Windows 8 Chapter 1. All right, and great. Now we have our new folder. Okay. Now, if you look over the bottom of page 11, it shows you the different pieces and different parts of the newly designed File Explorer or Windows Explorer. All right, let's go and create a file. But let's go ahead and open up the Help file here, and we're going to go to Help Home, and from here we're going to go to Get Started, and we're going to go to Touch and Swipe, Tap and Beyond. Okay, and let's go ahead and maximize this so we can see the whole window, and let's bring it down about halfway here. And let's say we wanted to highlight this section on pitch, which is, I may have missed it, right here. Okay, so let's go to our Snip tool. And when you open the Snip tool, you'll notice we have a couple different options. We have freeform, rectangular, and Windows Snip. So we're going to choose Windows Snip, and we're going to go ahead and Windows Snip snips the entire window. So we're going to go ahead, boom, select this, and now we have our Windows Snip. So let's go ahead and we want to circle this area here. So let's go ahead and make sure that we have the color selected. Let's choose blue, and let's go ahead and let's circle around it like so. All right, and then we're going to use our highlighter, and we're going to highlight the text here. All right, let's go ahead and save that. And our new folder we just created, let's go to Documents, and let's call this, the book has us calling it 1A Zoom. 1A Zoom. And we're going to change it to a JPEG and save. Okay. So now we go back to Windows Explorer. We look in here, we see we have a file. 1A Zoom. Okay, we have that. So we can actually rename that. It's not a big deal. Or onesies, either way. All right, let's turn over to page 19 using the Windows Store. So let's close this here, and let's go back to the Metro view by hitting our function key. And if we go over here, we can look at the sports. Let's see where sports here. Sports is right here. We have all the different sports information. But let's just say we decide, we really want to get some information about a specific team. I'm from San Diego, so I want to have an app that tells me all about the San Diego Padres. So I go to the store, okay, and from here, there are a number of apps, which you can see I was searching for the Padres. So from here, I would go ahead and I want to type in Padres. So I type in Padres, if I can spell today, and I hit the button, and it comes up with a number of different tools. So I'm going to go ahead and install the San Diego Padres Fan Hub app, and I hit install. This is like if you ever used the App Store with Google or with Apple. It's not a whole lot, really not much different. You can see it'll take a few moments to do, and it's installing. And in just a moment, it'll tell me, yep, it was installed. I can go back to my desktop, to the Metro view, and here I go. I have my San Diego Padres Fan Hub app. Okay. All right, let's talk a little bit about signing out. The signing out process is a little bit different with Windows 8. There are a couple different ways you can do this. If you want to just sign off or log off, go up to your name for the Metro view, click here, and click sign out, which is just basically signs you out. And it brings you back to the screen. There are a couple other options. Let's go here. All right. And we also have the option, if you go to here, these bring up our charms, which are mentioned over on page 25. We can choose okay, we can choose here, and we have the ability to power off from here as well. All right, that's how we would power off. We can restart or shut down. Okay. All right, next part of the lesson talks about using user account settings, manage your user accounts. So let's go to change PC settings. Okay. And let's go over to users. Oh, by the way, here, if you want to change the initial screen, you actually can change it here as well. You can browse and select different screens as well. Okay, so let's go to users. We want to go ahead and create a new user. We're going to add a new user. And the first thing that it asks when you want to add new users to give you an email address. And the reason this is that Microsoft is trying to link user accounts to email addresses. It gives you the ability theoretically to go to different computers and have your settings follow you from computer to computer. In this lesson, we're going to sign in without a Microsoft account. So let's go down here, sign in without a Microsoft account, and let's create a local account. We're going to give it the name of student. We're going to give it the name. The password will be Gorilla. And you can see this little peak here. Make sure I spell it correctly. Gorilla. Again, make sure I spell it correctly. And let's type in large monkey. And then we're going to choose next. All right, and we're going to choose finish. Now, let's say that you want to change the settings. To do this, go back to your Metro screen. Go to your desktop. Go to Windows Explorer. Go to your computer here. We're going to open the control panel, and we're going to go to user accounts, and we're going to manage another user account. From here, we can adjust the here. We can change the account name. We can change the password, the account type. Let's say we want to change the account type to be an administrator. We can change it here. Okay. All right, and that brings us to the end of 1A.